Well, that's our niche for us, for Fostermation, is high volume. We make a lot of pins, millions, and if we can relate that to the customers at a high volume job shop that, hey, if you order bigger blankets or something like that off of one single PO, we can do releases for you, cuts costs down, material, tolling, and whatnot, lead times for one, we can plan ahead more accordingly. It just, overall, it's a better, if some sort of consignment or, blanket order is better for everybody. I think if you know what you need or consume in a year.
It puts a better plan in place, I think. And I mean, John hit
reduces setup charges.
Hit a lot of the main points, especially if we can plan and strategize. The material required, what your requirements are, how many parts do you need a month, how many parts do you need in a year, we'll work with you and break that down. It also helps with the lead times from availability standpoint. If you give us a PO, we might actually even already have the parts stocked because we know you're anticipating those needs to where we can pull them off of the shelf and send them out immediately if necessary. From a material standpoint, there's
a lot of price breaks on certain weight, and then you figure freight. Most time freight traveling across the country or wherever, one shipment is better than 10. You pay minimum regardless. Yeah. There's a lot of minimum setup charges for material vendors because we have to get special drawn wired, and we get it to plus or minus 1,000 down to a couple tenths, so they got to take the material and draw it down. So one setup fee for them, if we know we want high volume, this is how much weight we need. You can order one time.
We can have it readily available, where we don't have to wait on the material. If we have the material already on hand, that could cut down lead times drastically by anywhere from 4 to 6 weeks, if not longer.
No, we could get it on a lot quicker if we know we have the material in house.
Meaning the material could take 4 to 6 weeks to get delivered.
Yeah, so we would be a lot quicker than 4 to 6 weeks.
Yeah. I think another important aspect of it too to consider is high volume is kind of like the standardization of the parts. You're using the same materials, same heat numbers. Your parts are being put on a machine, whereas they're not being set up and taken off. Less likely of risks or error of not meeting your specifications, easier traceability to track if there was to be an issue. I would also say from a high volume standpoint, it actually, believe it or not, increases our own capacity because we're able to strategize and schedule and plan with our machines available, jobs that are in queue or jobs that we're currently producing. It allows us to have a better figure of how many parts we can run for you, and thus increasing our capacity standpoint.
I think they're great, and I prefer more people to do them. At first I hated them, just because of the startup with everything. It was just, we had to bring a lot of material in. It was just a headache between our customers and everything like that, because a lot of the stuff's online. They'll send releases out. It's just hard to track, but now that we finally understand, and it's been great. We're never late ever on any of these parts.
That's a really good point, actually.
It is.
Meeting your deadlines.
Because they do a draw. So say customer needs 20,000 pieces, and on a regular basis on the shelf, they draw from us, so we ship. They order. It comes off of their software, whatever they use, and then we get an email blast saying that they drop below 10,000. So they have a minimum of 10,000 pieces on the shelf, so they release a new order. So then we build back up another 20,000 pieces. So now we have 30,000 on there, and it draws back down, kind of a thing. It's nice because we always have material on hand. Tooling's always ordered. We know what to expect. And with that, parts, they're done. They're out the door on time. I think more people should do it, especially when you're ordering hundreds of thousands of pins. I mean, it's an easy thing. And that being said though, we do do small quantities as well.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
we
not,
do
you know,
small
we
runs.
can be like, yeah.
There's just a lot of advantages to larger, bigger runs,
Yeah.
and being able to plan it more efficiently.
It's just to be more competitive.
and
Higher
economical.
volume is better for us because we do have setup charges and everything like that. And again, even our setup charges are minimal. It's the material minimums. They're tough to beat when, you know, high volume. You can buy wire on a coil versus buying a little bundle. It's the same damn price.